How are you doing, Mr. Loria?
Hello, Kelvin. Good morning.
Good morning. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Sean Loria. I'm an 11th grade teacher here at Czech. This is my 10th year teaching. This is my 5th year at Czech High School in Washington, D.C.
How often does shenanigans happen in your classroom?
Often. I gotta admit, I don't mind shenanigans. I like humor. I like laughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so when students are goofing around, sometimes I join in on the fun. So I think that this year, especially with the phones being taken away, people are more goofy. There's more shenanigans. I think that's a good thing. I think it's positive to see people having fun as long as it doesn't go too far, as long as they don't be inappropriate. I'm okay with it.
Has there been any day where it has escalated?
One thing that I've seen escalate is students will get upset at other students. One student will be joking around, another student won't be.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll get upset. Usually it's he. Will get upset and try to turn and get physical. So the joking can upset somebody to a point. I'm usually a little bit more patient. It doesn't upset me. Typically, it just makes me laugh.
Now, switching topic, the SAT, how well did your students do?
I don't know about this last round, but I know that historically Czech students, our average is mid 700s, which is below average. You want 1,000 is average, and our school is below that.
It must have been devastating.
Yeah, it's sad to see when somebody thinks that they are up here, and then the SAT score comes and they're more down here.
You did have a serious talk with your students about it, right?
I've had serious conversations. I've told them I've seen a student crying, looking at their SAT score because they realize they're not going to qualify for certain scholarships anymore. You have to do well on the SAT to get certain scholarships. That's reality. And yes, I've been saddened to see reactions to the SAT.
Do you think that soon in the future you'll see better scores?
Not unless there's change when it comes to the personal habits of teenagers. I think that if you spend 5 hours on Instagram and TikTok, you're not going to score well on your SAT. That's not going to happen. If you replace that screen time with studying, with extracurriculars where you're creating friends, or with sports where you're getting physically stronger, you're going to get higher scores. If you sit there 5, 6 hours, 7 hours a day on a screen scrolling, you're not going to get high scores. So it would require changes on the behalf of how time is used outside of the classroom. That's like asking, do I think a teenager is going to be able to bench 250 pounds? No, not unless he goes to the gym every day and tries to do better and get stronger. If he does that, then yes. So will SAT scores go up? If nothing changes, no, of course not. They'll stay low. But if people replace screen time with quality actions that get them stronger, maybe.
But the students don't care about it, right?
Lots don't. Some do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's a study done by Daniel Pink, and it was top 5 regrets in people's life. And effort in high school is one of the top 5 regrets that people make. I don't think you're one of those people, but a lot of people will look back at how hard they tried in high school and say, if I had tried harder, I would have gotten to a better university. I would have gotten a better job coming out of university. It sets you up for a lot, your effort in high school, but you can't go back. You can wake up to the potential that you have. You can start to find that fire within. And I hope that happens. But again, if you just sit there and just scroll all day like this, you're not gonna find that fire.
So I guess about the SAT, the scores, is a student problem.
I think it's a combination. It's school and student. If we don't push you all to succeed, we don't set up policies to help you succeed, that's on us. And we could probably do a better job of raising the bar of what's required. And that would help. So if we could offer SAT class, that might help. There's things that we could do as a school, but it requires school and student to both be rising up to get better scores.
Now switching topic, you used to have a reading club.
Correct.
Did it end last year?
Ended last year, yeah. And I ended it because, unfortunately, fewer and fewer students read books. I mentioned this, the endless scrolling after after school that has taken over a lot of people's lives. And so when I started to realize no one's reading books, as an English teacher, that is a scary thought. If you're not reading books, you're not going to learn how to think on your own. You're not going to get higher SAT scores. You're just not. Because the kids in the suburbs, the kids with tutors and all that, they are reading. They are pushing themselves. Their schools do require them to read whole books. So I got rid of reading club reluctantly, but um, just as an indicator of there's almost no one reads right now.
Is there any clubs that you have in mind to create?
There's a couple that come to mind, but I have some responsibilities outside of school right now that prevent me from doing that.
What's your future plans on making your class more exciting?
I try to look at what I'm teaching and how I'm teaching it,
Mhm.
and also remember why I'm teaching. I'm teaching because I love teaching. I
Mhm.
love being with students, connecting with you all. And if I can find ways to introduce you to books and to topics that will wake up your mind, that's all I'm trying to do.
Anything else you'd like to share with your students?
Life matters. You matter. And it's not until you wake up to your own potential that life starts to become beautiful. Um, it's hard to see in these bland walls and kind of industrial paint, but there's a lot of beauty out there in the world, and it's amazing what you can do in this country with freedom and with effort. So I think that it's about waking up to your own potential and living these opportunities that have been given to us. That really matters in life.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.